Let's begin with a sample of the prime factorization for 24. Let's see, 24, I can do 3 times 8. I know that 3 is a prime number, so I'm going to circle that and stop. But 8 rather, can still be multiplied out. So 8 is 2 times 4. 2 is prime, so I'll stop there. 4 is not, so to make 4, 2 times 2, which are both prime. I'm left with 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. I'm going to write that in exponent form. 2 times 2 times 2 is 2 to the third times 3. I can choose to put a 1 exponent or leave it blank. But remember, in algebra, the number 1 is understood. Do you notice that I have 24 written 3 times? I'm going to do the prime factorization for 24 3 different ways and see how my answers end up. The first one I started with 3 times 8, but I also know 4 times 6 is 24. So let's do this. 4 times 6. Well, neither one is prime, so I'll continue with both. 4 is 2 times 2. They're both prime. 6 is 2 times 3. Well, what do you know? They're both prime. So I'm left with 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, which is the same. 2 to the third times 3. Well, how about if I do 2 times 12? 2 is prime. 12 is, let's see, I'll do 3 times 4. 3 times 4. 3 is prime. 4 is 2 times 2. They're both prime. Once again, I'm left with 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. All this to show you that you don't have to do it the same way. As long as all of your calculations are accurate, you can start with different numbers, and in the end, you'll always end up with the same thing. But like I said, your calculations have to be correct. Then you'll end up the same. If you make a mistake with the calculations, then you'll find some differences. So with that in mind, I'm going to go over 2 of these with you. And you may choose to do them the same as I, or you may choose to do it your own way, but in the end, your answer should be the same as mine. Let's start with number 136. I'm going to do 9 and 4. 4 times 9. Neither is prime. 4 is 2 times 2. They're both prime. 9 is 3 times 3. And they're both prime. So I'm left with 2 squared times 3 squared. Now, you can always check your work if you're not sure that something seems right. So I can take 2 squared times 3 squared and see what that gives me. I know 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9. When I multiply them together, I get 36. So that's my way of checking to see that these are correct. Let's skip down to number 6. 98. That's a big number. I see that it ends with an 8, so I know it's even. So I'm going to start with 2 times something. Let me get this here. Let's see. 98 divided by 2. 2 goes into 9 4 times. 2 goes into 18 9 times. Ha. That's 2 times 49. 49 is not prime. I know for a fact that 7 times 7 is 49. There we go. Oh, that was easier than I thought. Biggest number, but it really didn't have that many steps. So the prime factorization for 98 is 2 times 7 squared. So you may continue and do the rest. I would like for you to write your final answer in exponent form like that. You may choose to write it up there, or sometimes people like to come down here and do it like this. It's easy to find their answer if you want to do it at the bottom. It depends on how you organize your paper and how you want. So go have at it.